Okay, this is Paul. We're over at Hillsborough. These are good 8x8, maybe 10x10 posts, and there may be rot at the bottom. What needs to happen on this section of the deck, we need to take up all the deck boards. This happens to probably be about 12 by 10, 15 by 20, and then examine the joists. And it looks like it's at least 36 inches on center, so you're not going to be able to get composite decking unless we add another joist, which it looks like you can. It looks like there's a concept of a ledger board back there, and we've got the face of the beam that joist can be hung from, so that could go to composite decking. The top of the posts are not protected, and they've got little funky brackets. This over here should definitely have cross bracing in it. This portion of the deck, there's a lot of water staining, and the decking needs to come off, and we're probably about 3/6, about 8 feet by 10, 20 by about 30 feet on this to inspect all of the pieces. It looks like it's on a ledger board, and it's face hung onto a 4x or is that a 6x, I can't tell from here, beam up top, and we don't know if it needs to be replaced. Definitely would need scaffolding to safely work on this in the back. And if we come over here, the bigger issue is there was a temporary emergency repair done on this section where you see the new wood and the cross bracing. The beam is pretty well rotted at the end, and you can see all the water staining on the joists that are there. And what they did is they had original joists coming out of the house, and they were resting on a beam, and then they sandwiched additional support joists next to it that are basically cross hung with a false ledger. Let's get a look here. You can see the false ledger that's in there. That needs to be secured properly from a post and beam standpoint. And then the 3 piers that you see here, this middle one is definitely rotating. You can see the metal bracket they put on it to kind of keep that from jumping around. That also could be grade beam back into the foundation footing. Same thing with this one. The big round one over there was encapsulated because it was rotating even more when they did the emergency repair. So as part of that, they came in and did the huge footing in there, but these could be grade beamed together and tied back, and there's a lot of rot at the end of that joist, probably at the end of this beam, because of the junction that's in there. That's going to take probably a custom 45-degree bracket to tie that together. Looks like pretty modest posts that are up there, and the post caps, and all this decking is going to have to come off to determine what's going on here with all of the rot in the original joists that are coming out. So there's the 2 smaller decks over here. There's this larger deck. This one's about 3, 6, 9 by about 10, 20, and this one's probably about 10, 20, 25. So let's say 23 to 30 feet. It's post and beam construction, and when they did replace the decking, they have Trex, and they did put on the joist tape over here, and maybe that's why they put in the additional joist, is for the span problem. And then if we come over here, let's take a look at what's going on. Last section of the deck, this was originally cantilevered. If you look carefully, you can see where the original joist came out of the house, and then they sandwiched additional joist pieces on there, and I don't even see hangers onto what would be the back ledger, so that's going to have to be inspected. These new posts were put in, a new beam, and then we'll get a look at the rest of the deck from upstairs, but we'll see it from over here. So we just looked at the first floor deck. We looked at a portion of the second floor deck, and then there's the other portion of the second floor deck. And we're on a pretty good slope back here. Scaffolding, there's our access down the side, and that's a quick view of what's going on. Thank you.